My story is a familiar story. A member of the family oversteps their boundaries in either a sexual way or a physical way, and you end up protecting them. The craziness, right? Hey, I'm Rosemary Nonny. I am the prosperity minister. I support you in regaining your self-confidence, in leaving behind the pain and the limiting stories of the past, and in rising victorious in your true design life. As I was saying, I had that whole experience. I had a few of these experiences where uncles or people that were trusted in your family did things to me that they weren't supposed to do. And then I would tell people, because I was too scared to mention it to parents. And so then I would mention it to people who couldn't do anything about it. So maybe my friends or older cousins who didn't know what to do about it either. And because something similar had probably happened to them, they'd learned that the best way to deal with it was to hide it, to sweep it under the carpet and pretend that nothing had happened ultimately. And in doing so, we protect the person who actually perpetrated the craziness. You're protecting them, but the question is, who was protecting you? You end up feeling unsafe in your own home. And sometimes this even happens where you do tell parents and you realize that they knew and they didn't do anything about it. And that is quite a terrible situation, I must admit. That is quite a terrible situation. But I know that for some people in this community, that may have been your story. I'm not here necessarily to say that I'm some kind of trauma specialist, that I can sort out all your issues in 3 seconds flat. I do know, however, the divine can. What I do know is that yes, the divine can, you probably do need some support with a psychiatrist or therapist or something along those lines. But also, you need to recognize that in sweeping this stuff under the carpet, what has happened from the time that this happened to now is that your confidence, your self-esteem, your belief in yourself would have taken a hit. Because you have continually told yourself that the way you felt about this person's actions against you were not valid. And that you needed to forget about it, you needed to pretend it didn't happen, and you needed to sweep it under the carpet and just get on with life. And so the whole time, there was a part of you that was broken and crying and upset was ignored. You ignored that part of you because you needed to just get on. And it was the done thing to hide these things, etc., 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 except that your confidence, as I said, your self-belief would have taken a hit. No doubt about it. And so now that you're coming to do things that you would love to do, you're somebody, a visionary, you're a spiritual person, you're meant for something more, you're here to make a difference, but you can't. You somehow find yourself procrastinating, never quite starting, or starting, but then stopping. For what seemed, well, when you look back, it's like, why did I even stop? I don't know. And it feels like you do things that you don't always understand why you're doing what you're doing. Well, I'm here to tell you, honey, that that action of protecting them whilst you remained unprotected has meant that you don't feel so great. You don't feel like you deserve good things. You feel as if you brought the trouble upon yourself and that you might bring more trouble upon yourself. So just hide away, stay hidden, stay safe. Except safe means that you don't get to live the life that you are born to live. Awaken, my honey. Awaken. This isn't about them anymore. This is about you. This is about you being able to live the life that you are meant to be living. This is about you stepping away from that fearful place into a place of knowing you do get to create the life you desire, that your vision is your permission and you are exactly the person to bring it to life, regardless of what happened in the past, that stuff was not your fault. And you need no longer live under the burden of it. Yes, there's probably room to be healed, and I would suggest, yes, getting support. But also, I would suggest strongly getting a copy of my book, the Confidence book, because you need to rebuild that part of you, and you'll also find that there are some healing strategies in that book that will support you in moving forward. Of course, if your hurt is particularly deep, you may need deeper support. But I would say to you, honey, you are strong, stronger than you think. You can handle this stuff. It doesn't mean you have to do it alone. That's not what I'm saying ever. But what I am saying is, let's start where we're at. Go and get the book. As you start to work through some of the strategies within the book, if you feel there's a need for something else, go get that something else. But start something now. It's been long enough. You carrying this burden, you carrying this weight, you hiding yourself when you know that you're here to make a difference in a bigger, bolder way. So come on now. It's time to rise victorious in your true design. Go and get a copy of the book. The link will be around this video somewhere. It's the Deliberate Millionaire's Confidence book. Go get a copy of the book. Also, share this video with somebody else. These assaults on one's innocence happen too regularly in certain family groups. We need to bring them out into the light so that they stop. Okay? Share this with someone else. Until the next time, much amazing love.